Is Russia feeling the financial pressure of war? A warning from Russia's own financial authorities is raising serious questions about the long term cost of the war in Ukraine. According to reports, the Kremlin is facing growing economic pressure as military spending continues to climb, while sanctions and battlefield costs place increasing strain on public finances. The numbers are staggering. Russia has allocated roughly $238 billion dollars for defense and security spending in its 2026 budget, around 40% of total government spending. And that figure may not be the final bill. Analysts expect military related expenses to rise even further as the conflict continues, potentially adding tens of billions of dollars in additional costs. The war itself is consuming enormous resources every day. Military operations require funding for soldiers' salaries, recruitment bonuses, logistics, equipment, ammunition, maintenance, and replacement of lost military hardware. But the financial challenge extends beyond the battlefield. Western sanctions continue to limit economic growth and investment, while uncertainty surrounding the conflict weighs on business activity across the country. At the same time, Ukraine's long range attacks on Russian energy infrastructure have created additional pressure. Oil facilities, refineries, and energy assets have increasingly become targets, affecting refining capacity and forcing costly repairs. Since energy exports remain one of Russia's most important sources of revenue, any disruption in that sector carries significant economic consequences. The result is a difficult balancing act for Moscow. On one side, the government wants to maintain military momentum. On the other, it must manage rising costs, support economic stability, and prevent excessive strain on public finances. The key question now is whether economic pressure alone can influence political or military decisions. History shows that major wars are often determined not only by events on the battlefield, but also by the ability of nations to sustain the financial burden over time. Russia still possesses significant resources and remains one of the world's largest energy producers. However, every additional year of conflict increases the economic cost. That is why many analysts are closely watching budget figures, energy revenues, and government spending trends for signs of future policy shifts. The real question is no longer whether the war is expensive. Everyone agrees that it is. The question is, how long can any country continue paying such a massive price before the pressure begins to shape its next move?